card quality is the biggest complaint that basically for the first time in Magic the Gathering history, everybody agrees on. These packs are in the United States $4 a pack, in other countries far more expensive. And when you have cards that are this warped after just, a few days out of a pack, people start to ask questions. It has been going on for several years now with no formal announcement, even though even the most staunchest of Wizards of the Coast supporters are finally speaking out about it. And they've been speaking out about it for about 6 months now. And you kind of know it's bad when the professor is tweeting about it. And we've got nothing from Wizards of the Coast about it. And I think I know why. It's because if they acknowledge that they know there's a problem, it would open them up to potential lawsuits. It's my belief that they know that there's a severe card quality problem and they just can't address it. Because if they do, that would then mean they are acknowledging it and that they are knowingly putting out subpar products to its players. And I suspect somebody in their legal department told them they are not allowed to talk about it. Just like they are not allowed to talk about how they actively profit from the secondary market with products like Modern Masters. They aren't allowed to talk about it. They aren't allowed to talk about the reserve list, really. It's really rare that you hear anything about the reserve list from them. This is because, in my opinion, they've been legally advised to not say anything. So if you were going to try to float something out to the community, if you were going to try to quell some of the outrage, but you wanted to minimize damage, right? You wanted to have something out there that you could say, well, we addressed it. Then you probably wouldn't put it on the major Wizards of the Coast outlets. You wouldn't put it on their trash Tumblr. You wouldn't put it on their Facebook. You wouldn't put it on their YouTube. You wouldn't put it on their blog. What would you do? Well, you would invite a known shill for the company, a company that backs your ideology unrelentlessly, and you would have them publish it on a trash blog that nobody reads. Well, fortunately, I live in the garbage can. You can just call me Oscar the Grouch, and so I've got it. I'm going to leave an archive link to this blog post so you can read the article yourself, because I'm not going to send this website any clicks. They write hit pieces on myself and other friends in the community like Travis Wu, and they're just another arm of the company. So we have Wizards. So if you're the president of Wizards of the Coast, and you wanted to get your message out there, why wouldn't you go on the professor's YouTube channel and do a video where 100,000 people are going to view it? Why would you go onto this trash website that nobody reads? Maybe it's because you're trying to hide it. Maybe it's because you really don't want people to read it. So let's hear how this crack reporting. The very first thing they report on is card stock. Let's get this out of the way first. We took the opportunity to ask Chris Cox about Magic community's concerns about card stock. Ooh, all right, Zach. I'm sure I get the feeling that you are on your way to some hard-hitting reporting. Let's see. We definitely follow people online. This is Chris talking. Follow the social media trends, getting feedback, and we're consistently monitoring card quality. So if you're consistently monitoring it, then you know for a fact it has been absolute garbage for the past 3 years. Maybe a little less than 3. Interesting revelation, Chris. Chris reiterated that, quote, Wizards, I assume he said we, regularly listen to the feedback of our players, and revealed that he's a Redditor. Oh, the biggest, the tightest echo chamber of Wizards fanboys on the planet is where their executives spend their time. Imagine my shock. the place where they actively ban anybody who questions the company narrative. Oh boy. My preferred platform, I was waiting for him to say pronouns there, is Reddit. I go there to look through the Reddit channels for Arena, Finance, and TCG Player. Why are you looking at Finance, Chris? Why are you endorsing TCG Player, the website that published a blog post that hates, basically is a fan fiction of hating men? Anyway, Chris implied that any variations in the quality of Magic cardstock came down to the old adage, you can have it fast, cheap, or you can have it good. Let's unpack that, because he's 100% right. But what this tells you is they actively chose to have it fast and cheap. Okay? He admits that decisions were made to get your card stock fast and cheap, and not to get it good. But he emphasized that Wizards of the Coast is, quote, committed to having all three. Nice non-answer. It's important to us, so we meet with our vendors regularly. We test the heck out of cards regularly, and if we need to make any changes, we'll make those changes. Bull poop. This is a classic CEO non-answer, okay? And if this wasn't a fluff piece, right, if I had the chance to interview Chris, first of all, it would have been recorded so I could actually trust what's on the page. I don't trust the people that write at this website one bit. But if I had the chance, Chris, to interview, here's how this would have gone, because I actually care about the players and not ingratiating myself with the executives. So, Chris, what's up with card quality? It's been pretty poor the past few years. And he gives me, well, it's something we look into. We prefer to have it fast cheap, and good. Okay, Chris, so are you saying that you've chosen to have it fast and cheap? But they didn't ask that question, did they? Because they're trying to ingratiate themselves. This is why Magic the Gathering has the same atmosphere as Gamergate did. It's all about access level journalism. Weak-spined publications like Hipsters of the Coast will never ask the hard-hitting questions because they know for a fact it will cost them their access. If Chris Cox had given me this BS non-answer, it would have been the easiest thing in the world to just be polite, and ask for a little more detail. For example, everybody in your industry are actively supporting YouTubers. Why don't you watch YouTube? Because most of the criticism, in my opinion, is here on YouTube. Everywhere else is a ridiculous corporate shill echo chamber, and YouTube isn't much better. And when he says we constantly monitor card quality, why didn't you ask, well, so are you saying that you know it's bad? Are you saying that it's not your intention for the cards to come out of the pack pre-bent? But they didn't ask that question. Why do you think they didn't ask that question? It's because they're working actively for the interests of Wizards of the Coast, and they don't want to lose the kind of access that will get a website that nobody reads an interview with the CEO of the company. He chose to do an interview on this website instead of doing a Reddit AMA, his preferred platform. Why do you think that is? He chose to do his interview on this site instead of reaching out to the professor where 100,000 people, 150,000 people would see it. Why do you think that is? It's because he knew the weak spines at Hipsters of the Coast would write whatever corporate speak he wanted them to. You're no heroes here. They try to act like, yes, we're for the players. We're going to stick it to Chris Cox about the card stock. And then they just accept his corporate non-answer. Read between the lines here. You can have it fast, cheap, or you can have it good. And then ask yourself the simple question. Just ask yourself this question. Which do you think they've been choosing for the past 4 years? And do you think Wizards of the Coast has any interest whatsoever in changing that decision. Because if they did, he had a golden opportunity here to say, you know what? We're aware of the complaints about the cardstock quality. We agree it needs to improve. We're going to do that, starting with Dominaria. We have made this change, this change, this change, and this change to our print quality, and expect to see the quality you love starting in Dominaria. That is what the answer of a company who cares about their customers will give, not this corporate speak. And by the way, I think I know what's up with this. So at my agency, my largest client is one of the largest producers of calendars in the United States. Yes, people still actually buy calendars. They have told me that paper costs have significantly increased in the last 2 years. And they're actually considering raising the price of their products, something I actively advise them not to do. So my guess is the paper cost increase, this is what I think. The paper cost increase hit Wizards of the Coast. And instead of absorbing the new cost, they just cut production quality. Chris Cox is not for the players. He's a straw man. He's a canary at the top of the company. Make no mistake about it, when he says he loves D&D and loves Magic the Gathering, he doesn't. He doesn't love you. He loves his position over you. This is really disappointing. I was really hoping to see the CEO of the company that I love, well, the company that I hate, but the company that makes the game I love, accept some responsibility here. But that's not what they did. They just doubled down on screwing you over. Hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I look forward to hearing your comments down in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and click that damn bell so you actually get notified. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives based on the amazingly gracious support of my patrons. Link is in the description if you'd like to help out.